We're
We
late.
will continue after. And howdy, everybody. Howdy, Lynn. Welcome to the Word, Praise, and Wisdom, number 3. And howdy, everybody that has made it in so far.
And hi, everybody. I don't have my other phone, so I can't chat.
Right? And that we are continuing on in the books of Praise and Wisdom today. We are starting with Psalm 11 and going through 12, 13, 14, and 15. That these will probably only take us about 3 hours to get through. Okay, I'm kidding. That they're pretty short. So, but as usual, let's go ahead and pray in for everybody. Father, good morning. Thank you very much for bringing us together to fellowship on this day of rest that you've provided. And we would just ask for you to pour out your spirit of wisdom and knowledge on everybody here. And just let us revel in the fact that you have called us when we were against you and taken us in to be your sons and daughters. It's a huge blessing, as everyone here knows. And we thank you for that. We would ask for your continued healing of those that need it and protect those that have come under attack and are facing planned future attacks. And we just would seek that your glory and will come out on top of everything. We thank you. We love you. In Jesus Yeshua's name, amen. Okay, let me see. We've got to figure out the Share-a-mobile. We've got to figure out the Share-mobile here. Here we go. All right. So let's share that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, we have got, I guess we're not sharing that. Okay. Let's go to Psalm 11, shall we? Here we go. Psalm 11. In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright.
Chapter 12. Help, Lord, for the godly man ceaseth, for the faithful fail from among the children of men. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart they speak. The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things. Who have said, with our tongue we will prevail, our lips are our own, who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord, thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
Psalm 13. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord? Forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me? Consider and hear me, O Lord my God. Lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest mine enemy say, I have prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. But I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord, because he hath dealt bountifully with me. You're muted.
Oops, sorry. 14. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. They were all gone aside. They were altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord? There were they in great fear, for God is the generation of the righteous. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad.
Psalm 15. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoreth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt and changeth not. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. Awesome.
Awesome, awesome.
And that, there's our first comment. I bet. Let's see. For verse 14, well, I guess none of these go up to verse 14, do they? Well, let's go back to 11 first, though. And notice we're continuing on this this kind of theme. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. This theme that we started last time with, talking about the wicked coming against the people that trust in Yah, trust in, God, trust in Jesus, trust in Yeshua. And the feeling, feels like we're the underdog in this world. Everything's coming against us. And it's like, where are you, Father? Don't you see what's going on around me and to me? What these people are doing?
Yep.
And then we have to remember, oh, yes, I was with them at one point. I don't know. Anyways. It's very, very interesting. Psalm 11 verse 5, the Lord trieth the righteous. He tries us, and that trying is a refining of us.
Yep.
And that.
Yeah, and I've been feeling that same thing for quite a few months. It's like, don't you see?
Right.
Where are you? And then it's like, I just got to have that faith that I can't see it, and I know you're there, and that's it. Just because I can't feel you or whatever doesn't mean he's not there with us.
Yeah. Yep. And it's difficult. I guess it's trying, right? What does he say there? Trying.
Well,
yeah, he tries the righteous. But it's especially when they're trying the enemy of him, they're by extension the enemy of us is constantly throwing the lies out, trying to distract you with the magician's trick of, look up the sleeve. Well, look up the sleeve. Nothing up my sleeve. But they're like, look here, look there, look there. You know what? Something we were looking at a while back, or I was focused on at least, was everything that the nations do are but a drop in a bucket to God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To our Father. And that, anyways, let's go to 12, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that, and again, it's continuing with, the godly man, the one who's seeking our Heavenly Father through his Messiah, is constantly being berated, it seems like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then what caught my attention while you were reading this was in verse 6, the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. And that just reminded me about in, I believe, Leviticus, when Exodus or Leviticus, when Moses is told to use the best gold that's refined 7 times. And I've messed a little bit with smelting metal. And it's pretty interesting because once you melt it, you are able to skim the impurities off the top. And then you let that solidify. But then if you remelt it, there's more impurities. And it's like with each step, there's less and less. But it has to go through this process of the liquefaction or the moltening of it, and then letting it solidify again. It's really interesting.
Actually, it sounds kind of fun.
It is. Just don't spill it on you.
Okay. You're right.
How quick can you get your shoe off? All right. You got anything else for Psalm 12?
Yeah, because go back to 5 and
okay.
And it says at the end of that, I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. And that just reminded me of the hissing and the puff and the adder puffing and the
Mm-hmm.
puff adder and all that. When I studied all that, it was like, so yeah, that's wild. I mean, it's like they're sticking out their tongues all the time at you with their little snaky tongue.
Right. Well, it's also, too, the way I see puffing is how animals do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And their heckles raised, or cats that like double their size by standing their fur out.
Birds do it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that, GR. Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta, we gotta constantly challenge everything we've been taught, sadly.
Mm-hmm. We actually do.
Even JT agrees. When JT types, people listen. What was that? E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton speaks. All right. We are not sponsored. Okay.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Psalm 13. Yeah. Let's see if I can remember to change the banner this time. There we go. We're almost to 14, GR. Yeah. Look how short. This is a very short one. But this is, I believe I've had a lot of people, myself included, the past half year, thinking along or feeling these same ways. Did you forget about me? Hello. What about me? Yep. And then if you look at verse 2 also,
mm-hmm.
That's very much how it is. Taking counsel in our own soul, not taking counsel in him.
Right.
That, sorrow in my heart daily. Why? Well, because seeking him. And then we tend to focus on that last clause there. How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me?
Yeah, and in that verse 2, that's you're looking at it all with the microscope,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't see anything but what you're zoned in on. So put the microscope away, and then you look towards God, and then you can see more of a bigger picture. And then our friends should come along with a little mustard seed of faith for us.
Right. Yeah. In that, it's interesting you say that, because I don't remember where I got it, but I used to have this pen telescope / microscope. It was like, I don't know, a tube
Cool.
that big, but you could use it as either a telescope or a microscope. And in case you're new here and you haven't figured it out yet, I'm going off the train track here and down a rabbit trail. But I just found it interesting that the same instrument could be used to focus in on the teeny tiny, but it was also used to focus on something really far away, to bring it in close and make it appear big.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got me to thinking about the controversy over, well, look at the size of the telescopes they use
Right.
to view the stars. It's like, it's just a big microscope. It really is.
It really is.
That. All right, let the bashing begin. Anyways,
Okay.
but look, down by the time he gets to the end of this short psalm, but I have trusted in your mercy. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. Now, why isn't that capitalized, at least in the King James, that S? Because we're told that when Yah comes into the flesh as his Christ, as his Messiah, that he will be called salvation. Yep. And that, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And there's a really good lesson in all these overall.
There is.
So you could be feeling all this stuff, but then if you just keep on keeping on, and then you just start praising Abba, even if you're doing it with tears and you don't feel like it, you do it, and then something in you just starts changing.
Yeah.
And then that joy comes back, and your problems don't seem so bad.
I can't add anything to that. That's exactly right. I agree. 100. Okay.
Okay, 14.
All right. Now we'll get some discussion going.
Yes.
All right. Spit it out, GR. That what are we talking about here? Because yours says you said yours was completely different, I think is what she said. Let me scroll up. What'd she say?
Let's see.
Nope. Wow, they've gone through a lot of chat already. Oh, it says greatly different for 14.
Greatly different.
Yep. All right. Well, I don't know what she has. It's different there.
Where's my S&P? Where's the S&P?
Verses 1 through 3, talking about the fools, they have done abominable works. Yah looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. In verse 3, they are all gone aside. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. And that, I'll tell you what. Let's grab the old Septuagint. And see, and mine's probably going to be different than hers anyways.
Yeah. I only have the Old Testament Septuagint.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Stuff falling off the bookshelf. Most of it. All right. Interesting. Mine has it under poetic books. It's just poetry.
It is.
It's just poetry. All right. So,
It's just poetry and songs.
right, 542. Hunt and peck. Hunt and peck. Okay. We're on what? Psalm 14 is what she said.
Yes.
Okay. So this is interesting because by this numbering that they have here, they have Psalm 13 and then in parentheses 14, and then in Psalm 14 and then in parentheses 15.
Oh, they split 14 up.
Well, let's see where the parentheses start. They start on 9. Okay, so I can see that. But this is the Net's New English translation of the Septuagint. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not going to reread 3 Psalms to cover that. So get to typing there, GR. All right. Anyways, mine is Brenton. That's what GR said. Brenton.
Oh, the Brenton. The Brenton.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I have that one. Oh,
Do you?
I think it's in here. Yeah, there it is. But it's the same as what I have in this one.
You know, and it's making a, let's see, in verse 4, you know, have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge who eat up my people as they eat bread and call not upon the Lord?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Do you have it? If you have it pulled up, is yours numbered correctly or the same?
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine's exactly the same as KJV. The Brenton one and this eSword.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Exactly the same?
Yes, it is. I just read it and compared it. But what I'm seeing that the APB version is like really different. I mean, different wording and stuff. The ones it says for like chapter or verse 4, do not know all these ones working lawlessness, the ones devouring my people as food of bread. The Lord they called not upon. And so what is this? This is the APB plus. So
most interesting.
yeah. Yeah, the different versions when it comes to Psalms is like it's cray.
And that it would be much better if you were reading with us, GR.
Right, GR.
You can just compare it straight across.
They are all gonna okay.
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 So
Doing?
What about 6, verse 6? If shamed the counsel of the poor because the Lord is his refuge. Kind of like the people that mock someone for believing in trusting in our Father, in Jesus.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that email me, planeflyer21@yahoo.com. Let's see. All right, let's go to 15, shall we?
Good idea.
Oh, the super shortest one.
What? What?
Yep, and I believe, we haven't gotten to it yet, but I believe this whole psalm is a setup, is a staging, a setup, a precursor to discussing his salvation, delivering us, right? Because who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness and speaketh the truth in his heart. Well, if we look at Romans, right, that's none of us. But we get that righteousness as a free gift through our belief and obedience to Jesus Christ, Yeshua Messiah. And the reason I need that, GR, is because I need you to email me, is because of the computer crash I had. Turns out it didn't even though it's the same email, I didn't get all my contacts transferred over. Imagine that. Unless they Yep. But then look at that list. This list from 3 and 4 definitely is covered in Titus, and the commands given to Timothy also. And I found 5 very interesting. Right? Because here we have usury again. Don't put out your money to usury. Don't borrow money at interest. Don't do it. Now, this brings up something I was thinking about recently. Right? We're told not to partake in that. Not to partake in paying usury. Right? Now, what banking institution is going to allow you to come in there and name Christ and not charge you interest? But if you walk in there and say, yes, I need a halal banking loan, invoking Islam.
What?
Oh, yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yep. Yeah, look up. That's there. Everybody has homework now. Look up halal banking.
Ugh.
So they'll go through the trouble of not charging interest to people that'll blow them up,
Right.
for being an infidel. But who cares about, you trying to walk things out? Yep.
Yeah, who would be
that's
more
right.
likely the one to help them out in a pinch.
Uh-huh. And don't get me started on it, but the same people that control that banking control regular banking, who control banking, who control money printing, who control coin minting, who control gold, silver, platinum. They control it all. So it's another magician's trick telling you to focus, look, nothing up my sleeve, when they're saying we need to switch back to a money-backed or a gold-backed currency. It's all a trick. It's all a deception.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Every level, too.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say necessarily need our own banks, Mark, but we need to help one another out.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, for me personally, if somebody needed the help, I don't even want to loan you the money. Just take it. And don't worry about it, because if I have it, you can have it if you need it.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Yeah, because I have done that in the past. And then, yeah, you're right, because it does.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does, right when you need it, too. Ooh,
Oh, yeah. Yep, our
I
Father
can
provides.
testify.
It is in that, it's not funny, but it's and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's money or food or something else.
Anything.
He
Mm-hmm.
provides it.
Yes.
That we gave a bunch of food away for some people that needed it, and then we had a relative that does those. I forget the name of the program. It's where food banks have excess produce and they don't want it to spoil, so they go to like a central location, and if you pay $10, you get like 70
Yeah.
pounds of produce or food that's like approaching the expiration date or whatever. And
Yeah, we have that. We paid $5 and they do it at the churches.
yeah, and that, so something like that. And then, these people call us up and they're like, our relatives call us up and they're like, hey, we got a bunch of food. You want to come pick through it? Okay. And it's almost like the hole in the pantry is made room for the grace. Paul tells us he is able to make all grace abound unto you. And there it is.
Yeah. And then you got so much, you can't fit it all in there.
Yeah.
I'm
I have
experiencing
$100
the same
million,
thing here.
but I don't own any goats. Right? And it's
But
funny
how
how
many goats do you have?
yeah, they've totally converted our way of thinking to this money, this paper money, this mammon. And I remember a documentary on the Middle East, probably decades ago now, but it was I'm going to shut that off because it seems that we're pretty much off of that. Anyways, they were highlighting this guy that had, I don't even remember how many, like 200 goats and 500 sheep, 75 camels. And then they go on to be like, yet he's so poor, they may not have enough money. They may not have enough money to do this or that. And it was like, he only makes the equivalent of like $45 per year. And it's like, obviously that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, look at all that livestock.
Yeah.
Huh.
That. Okay, group discussion. What do we think about that? Would it be wrong to donate, quote, unclean canned foods? I would say no. Unless you're donating it directly to a brother or sister. But if you donate it to like the community food bank or something, because doesn't it say something in the law and the Torah about if this animal's unclean, you may not have it, but you can give it to your dogs or whatever, and you can give it to the stranger without, the other people, right? Not the stranger within, but the surrounding tribes or whatever. Yep.
Give it to the ones that eat that kind of thing.
Right. And I
Why
agree
let
with
it go to
Mark.
waste?
I don't give unclean stuff away. I throw it out.
Well, I've done that because I kind of feel guilty about it. I feel like okay, I know this isn't good for me, and why would I give it to somebody else? That's not, I feel guilty. So a lot of times I just won't even do that. I'll just toss it.
But on the
But
other hand, right,
Mhm.
if they are starving, break Torah to save life. That's what, people will argue
Yeah.
that's what David did, but David wasn't eating unclean food when he got the bread that was meant only for the priests. I mean, he didn't get like a pork roast. He got clean bread that was baked in a prescribed way.
Well, yes. Yeah. If somebody's starving, yeah, you give them whatever you got.
Right. See, but
Especially if it's children involved.
right. But if it comes out of your own pantry, it's not going to be
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
something unclean.
Yeah, it's true. Well, not my personal pantry.
Right.
I don't know about my roommate's pantry.
Yep. Look at that. That's exactly what I was looking at. Shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates. He may eat of it. Or thou mayst sell it unto an alien.
Does that mean if it just died by old
Foreigner.
age or whatever?
Right. Something that collapses or who
That's
knows?
sick.
I mean, look at all the. If anybody's looked at the undercover videos from slaughterhouses, commercial slaughterhouses, yeah, they don't care. Hey, well, yeah, it's pretty much dead. Let's just forklift it onto the processing line.
Yeah. No. Rosie's dad would tell me about it.
Oh, did he used to work in one?
Well, he's from Iowa, so.
He's from Iowa. That's one
He's
big
from
slaughterhouse.
Iowa, and I think he had a little bit of experience.
All right.
And he's like, you don't even want to know what they do to the cows there. And I'm like, yeah, probably not.
That I can see that. But it became unclean when it died on its own.
Yeah, if you think about it for a minute, you can understand why.
Right? That this is true.
Brenda. Pretty much.
See, and that right there is exactly why I say if you are not processing your own animals, you're buying it from the store, you don't know what you're getting. And especially if you've followed anyone like Through the Black, when you have people giving testimonies of what they do with humans afterwards.
What's in our meat supply? Yeah.
Take them down and put them in the meat supply.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, we really got to be covered by Jesus just with everything these days.
We do. We really do.
I mean, we really got to rely on his protection.
Yep. We do. So, all right, let's go ahead and let everybody get back to resting, shall we? So, thank you, Lynn, for helping read today. And thank you, everybody, for coming in to read. Don't forget, we're looking for live, meaning live broadcast readers for Enoch. And that is going to be Monday evenings. And we may switch it to Tuesday, Thursday, if enough people are willing to volunteer for it, because that would be better.
Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It really is.
It's only going to be like 2 weeks if we split it up and read it out. So, and then we can get into some of the other ones. Anyways, cool. Like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell thingy. Love you all.
Love you guys.